Hey, I'm Larry Gerber, the BarBeQue man. No, I am. This is Pebbles, one of 4 female Sheltie. She's a 4th generation pitmaster. She knows her stuff around the pit. She knows her woods, her seasonings, her rubs. So I'm gonna let her down. Bye, Peb. We're gonna inject some marinades. Tony Chachere'S CAJUN injector marinades. They're our sponsor here on this series entitled #StraightPoop. And it falls under our YouTube channel called BarBeQue Man Smokes with Mary Jane, which takes after my cookbook, BarBeQue Man Smokes with Mary Jane, and you can too. Because as a companion piece to this show, we're giving all of you, each and every one of you, a free copy of our e-cookbook. It's got 125 recipes, all battle tested, all BarBeQue from my arsenal of 450 recipes from my database. I took these recipes, converted them to medical marijuana patients and people who imbibe, like you and me and everybody else. The older shows are 30 years, they're vintage, culinary adventures. We didn't cook with weed then. I mean, we cooked with it, but we didn't do it on TV because it was illegal. Now it's legal, okay? So my cookbook, published 2018, combines both weed and barbecue. And that's what we'll be doing here in our live to video demonstratives. So we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna start injecting a boneless turkey breast, okay? So, welcome to #StraightPoop. That ties into our cookbook, the first few pages. Didn't just make this up. Okay? Hang loose. We'll be right back. We're here doing some CAJUN injector by Tony Chachere'S, and we got a boneless turkey breast. If you got a good relationship with your butcher, ask him to butcher it out. Remove all the bones. It's great for a big party because when you remove the twine after it's smoked, you could cut it into thin or thick pieces. Big parties, man. Sandwiches, hot turkey sandwiches, open face, mashed potatoes, but you know, other things too. This is really cool. I love this. Been using this product for 30 years. So, safety measures first. Shake it up, get a measuring cup, and open it up. Take this child protector cap off, and then I'm pouring about, 6 ounces maybe. Now, why? I don't want to cross-contaminate. If I went right into the bottle, then there, I'm cross-contaminating, okay? So I don't want to do that. When I'm done with that, when I'm done poking it and it doesn't soak it all up, or if it does, cool. If not, I'm dumping that down the sink. So, basically, I'm filling this syringe, pretty easy. And you'll notice the needle has 2 ports. Then you simply inject. About 1 inch, 2 inches apart. And you'll see, we pick that up, how the meat kind of plumps up after being injected. Now, you know, people tell you that marinades will tenderize meat. It's a fallacy. It'll soften meat to take marinades or spices, things like that. But it's not gonna tenderize anything. If you want to tenderize something, use a jacquard. And we're gonna do that in the future. I got some beautiful I'm thinking about some beautiful fish fillets a friend of mine gave me when they went to Alaska and did some sockeye salmon fishing. They were going to do halibut, but the charter captain got sick, so hey, what are you going to do? But the sockeye they got is beautiful. All right, man. So I'm going to continue doing this, and while I am, because of the magic of TV and YouTube, you guys, like I mentioned in the opening, are all going to get a free copy of my e-cookbook entitled BarBeQue Man Smokes with Mary Jane. It's 125 recipes from my database of 450 in my 30 years of operating BarBeQue catering company. Been cooking with weed since 1980. Okay? So, and it was all for pain management because I had a pilonidal cyst. And a friend of mine whose wife he met in the Army cooked with weed all the time, and he handed me a tub of butter and a quart of oil, and I asked him what he'd do with it, and he says, cook like any other application. And I did. Got me high as hell. Killed my pain too. So, really important, I'm going to stress, I hate food poisoning. I hate E. coli. I hate all that stuff. Okay? It's a hassle. And as a former catering operator, the importance is good hygiene. Because you're feeding people. You're really responsible. You don't want anybody getting sick. So, I use gloves. And thanks to my endocrinologist, these are on Mercy Health. She said, none of the nurses wear large gloves, and that's cool. So I change gloves every time, all right? And I'm really good at throwing backwards into the garbage can. These are cheap, okay? Even if you bought them and didn't get a gift from your endocrinologist, they're cheap. Use them, and use them often. That much, I can't stress that enough. You don't want to get yourself sick, or your customers, or your family. Okay, we're going to continue doing this, but you guys get the drift. And I'm going to get that bottom part. I love this cut of meat, man. It's so versatile. It's so easy to use. And on the pit, man, it does all the work. Okay. Now, the Cajun Creole shake, the seasoning. I don't know if you guys know, but Tony Chachere'S is owned by CHACHERE'S. Tony, Cajun Injector was my original sponsor on Culinary Adventures. I have 45 of those videos uploaded. And they're 30 years old, but the information is great. The techniques are the same. The equipment changes. That's it. Same with BarBeQue. You know, gas grills weren't that prevalent. Now, pellet grills are and everything else. So, I'm going to turn that over. I'm going to get the rest of this. Yeah, it flows pretty nice, man. So like I was saying, towards the end of this video, you're going to see some graphics, and it's going to tell you exactly how to get that cookbook. 125 recipes. It's not a brochure. It's not an email you're going to get in Chimp Mail or MailChimp. It's 125 recipes, and the cookbook's 230 pages. I'm making an investment in this channel and in you. I'm not asking for any money either. I've been on YouTube since 2013, and it turns me off people asking for money. You know, when I have a sponsor, I don't need your money. I don't need you buy a chat or somebody a cup of coffee or guest membership, I'll take your money later when I offer my one-on-one or group barbecue and cannabis cooking lessons, or if you want to get into the catering business, instruct you how to make some bag money part-time, things like that, you could pay me. I don't need your donation, your charity. I'm giving you great stuff. I'm the only one who has a barbecue cannabis cookbook, okay? I know the analytics. There's great information out there. Cannabis, barbecue, but neither section, niche, offer what I do. I'm a historian in both principles, and I dedicated my life to that. So anyway, I got the hardwood lung charcoal going. I got a piece of cherry I'm gonna throw on there. So we're gonna go outside, and again, welcome to #StraightPoop. I'm Larry Gerber, the barbecue man. We'll be right back, hang loose. Hey, welcome back. I'm working on the Cajun grill. It's made by Percy Guidry of Lafayette, Louisiana. I don't know if they're still in business. This is 35 years old. I've been knocking this thing, used and abused it. Done pigs and lamb, cabrito, that's goat. Won awards on this thing, made money catering. So, and this tool here, the guys at Big Green Egg gave this to me, man, decades ago. They shipped a pit to me, you know, one of those ceramic things, and we went from there. So, like I said, I'm gonna grab a thing of tart cherry. The skin here, it's blonde-like. It's I don't know. It's not shiny. It's not red. The red is the sweet. This is a Montmorency cherry, tart pie cherry. We made barbecue sauce out of that. Starting in 2000, we don't anymore. And now, I'll put the other grid down. All right, we're ready to go, man. So like I said earlier, that I put some KIEF on that boneless or boned out turkey breast. Okay, like I said, I put a piece of cherry on there, and I'm gonna lower that tray. I layered this with KIEF. Let me tell you about KIEF. You guys know about that. It's the trichomes, the resin heads, the glands that we like. It's filled with THC, THCA. So what I do is I don't use trim or shake or even buds anymore to make my fats. Fats being butter, oil, lard, beef tallow, stuff like that. We lower that to barbecue setting. And then what I do is I melt them in case it's butter. I'll remove the solids and I have ghee or, you know, clarified butter. Take it off after an hour. Then I mix my KIEF in after it's decarbed. Decarboxylation is very important, but I found a nice way. I do it in my air fryer. I simply put in the temperature and the time, and it does its job. And I'm tired of calibrating my oven every year, okay? Try it, it really works great. And when we get indoors, I'll show you what the KIEF looks like too. So I'm gonna let this go. It's really damn cold out, so usually takes 15 minutes, may take 20, 25. But we'll be back, and I'm going to might put a nice glaze on it. Okay, so hang loose and make sure you look at the graphics and the prompts to get your free e-cookbook. Okay, that's on me, no strings attached. All right, hang loose, we'll be right back. All right, we're back. Now I'm just making this little jus that we're gonna do for this turkey. Now I simply took the net off, cut it, you know, Now I separated it 2 breasts. So I don't know if I have the right side boob or the left side boob. But anyway, here's some Dusseldorf mustard, okay, which I really like. But if you like ballpark mustard, that works too. You know, whatever you want. Let me get this in here. Now, to incorporate that, now what I have in here, I have 1 ounce of maple syrup, not log cabin or anything like that, pure maple syrup, and equal parts apple cider vinegar with the mother. So I put it in here because I want some sweet and sour kind of thing going on. All right, so we got the mustard, we got the apple cider vinegar, and we got the maple syrup. And like I said, this is not going to be like a glaze or a barbecue sauce or anything like this. This is going to be like an au jus. Okay. Now, the KIEF. Simply, what I do is now is decarboxylate my KIEF in an air fryer. I set the temperature with the keypad, the dial on there, and then the timing. You're going to get a free e-cookbook that I wrote. It was published in 2018. I have decarboxylating, of course, that's imperative, instructions. And I don't use butter for my fats anymore because I lost 250 pounds since June of 2019 without shots, pills, or surgery. I just got my fat ass back on the Bowflex, started slowly, and now I'm doing it every day. And being a chef, I was feeding myself to kill myself instead of feeding myself to live, which I'm doing now. So anyway, quite proud of that accomplishment. But anyway, now here's the KIEF. You'll see, I'm not adding any flour or arrowroot or anything to this. You know why? The KIEF is basically, after you decarb, is basically that kind of consistency. So I don't need a slurry. All right, I don't need any thickening agent. All I need is to constantly stir, break up some of this stuff, especially the mustard. Now that KIEF there, I'm gonna tell you, a friend of mine got it for me. Not a connection of mine, a friend. The other stuff I had for that, I did a smoked fish recently, and I used another KIEF I got from a dispensary in Michigan. Okay, this is looking good. Now, at the very end, absinthe tincture. This bottle here, about 15 years old. And I used quality flower tops. After I decarbed, put it in there, shook it up. Okay, and went to it. It's a black bottle. You can't see through it, there's no light. And it sits in the bottom of a cabinet. So, yeah, it's about 15 years old, man. It's great. And it adds a little licoricey, anisey type of, you know, Pernod type of twang. So this is looking really good, man. Okay, let me get that bottle out of the way. And I'm gonna grab this turkey. Yeah, this turkey's looking really good. Now, another thing with this turkey. I could have spatchcocked it, opened it up, stuffed it with whatever you want, okay? Put a duck in there for a turducken, stuff that, maybe wild rice. On top of that, a boned out rabbit. Stuff that, tie it all up, turducken. Not turducken, no chicken, rabbit. Anyway, that's an idea. I'm gonna get a butcher to phone out a rabbit soon for us, and I'm gonna do that. Anyway, you're entitled to a free cookbook. It's on me. It's entitled, or titled, BarBeQue Man Smokes with Mary Jane, and you can too. And you definitely can, because the cookbook's free. On me, my investment in my channel, my investment in you. There's a lot of great information out there, but there's no information that combines barbecue and cannabis. And from what I'm seeing, a lot of YouTube creators want your money, but they're not really giving you anything except content. I'm giving you a companion cookbook to this series and the channel, to the Vintage Culinary Adventures episodes, and to this. And it's not just a pamphlet. It's 125 real barbecue recipes that I adapted for medical marijuana patients and recreational imbibers like you, me, and everybody else. So it's 125 recipes, 230 books, free to you, okay? And everybody here. Look at the prompts, the graphics. It'll tell you what to do, what keyword to use, and it's in your email box lickety-split. This looks damn good, man. You could squeeze some lemon if you want. You know what I mean? Besides that, we're out of here, okay? So, bye-bye. The Sheltie say goodbye and thank you. Until next time, we'll see ya on #StraightPoop. Adios, amigos and amigas.